Bonjour tout le monde, welcome to this lesson on le subjonctif. French learners the world over quiver at the thought of the subjunctive, but really it's not that difficult and hopefully this video will help you to understand it. So one of the major hurdles with the subjunctive is knowing when to use it, and really it just comes down to practice and experience. Having said that, there are some basic guidelines that we can follow. Generally, the subjunctive comes after expressions of necessity, emotion, desire, and doubt. There are more, but these are the most important ones. Up until now, we've been using the indicative, which is the mood of certainty and fact. The subjunctive is basically the opposite of that, and so it appears in expressions such as, I doubt that he will play, and it is important that we play. The subjunctive also comes after certain phrases and expressions. Now I know this is really vague, but like I said, it all comes down to experience. The more time you spend with the language, the more time you'll have to develop a repertoire of subjunctive phrases. For those of you familiar with the terminology, these phrases also happen to be subordinating conjunctions. That doesn't mean that all subordinating conjunctions require the subjunctive, but many of them do, including although, in order that, unless, until, and provided that. But if you don't know what a subordinating conjunction is, don't worry, you don't need to know that in order to understand the subjunctive. So to summarize all of this, I've created the acronym NEED, whereby each letter stands for a certain situation where you need the subjunctive. So for example, the N stands for nécessité, which of course means necessity. So the following phrases require the subjunctive. Il est nécessaire que, it is necessary that. Il est important que, it is important that. Il faut que, which is quite hard to translate, but is basically a stronger way of saying it is important that, or one must. And il est essentiel que, it is essential that. So rather than trying to memorize all of these at once, you can just remember that the structure il est, adjective that expresses necessity, que requires the subjunctive. The first E stands for envie, which means desire. So for example, souhaiter que, which means to wish that. And vouloir que, which literally means to want that, which in English doesn't really make any sense, but we use it in French to say things like he wants her to do something. We'll look at this in more detail in another video because that's quite an important expression. The red herring with this one is espérer que, which means to hope that. Now as far as I'm concerned, this is an expression of desire, but for some strange reason, don't ask me why, espérer que does not require the subjunctive. I think it's worth remembering this one because it's quite a common one, but it's definitely an anomaly. Most expressions of desire do require the subjunctive. The second E stands for émotion, which obviously means emotion. So for example, il est triste que, it is sad that. Il est bon que, it is good that. Il est étonnant que, it's surprising that. And il est dommage que, it is a shame that. So again, here you can just remember the structure. Il est, adjective that expresses some kind of emotion or emotional response, que, and you know you'll need the subjunctive. Finally, the D stands for doute, which of course means doubt. For example, douter que, to doubt that. Ne pas être sûr que, to not be sure that. Ne pas croire que, to not believe that. I don't believe he's coming, but you never know, he might. And likewise with ne pas penser que, to not think that. So all of these are expressions of doubt and therefore require the subjunctive. And then we have these subjunctive expressions that I was talking about, the ones that don't really fit into any criteria, they just require the subjunctive because they do. Some of these include, but are not limited to, bien que, although, pour que, which means so that or in order that, afin que, which also means so that but is slightly more formal, and pourvu que, provided that. So I've just shown you a lot of expressions, and trying to remember them all at once is a bad idea because you're probably not going to use them all. So I suggest that you remember a few to begin with and then let them snowball the more French you learn. So the ones I suggest that you learn for now are il faut que. Like I said, this is a stronger way of saying one must or it is important that, and it's very, very common. Pour que, so that or in order that. Bien que, although, and ne pas croire and ne pas penser que. I've grouped those two together because they basically mean the same thing. You can use them interchangeably. So start with these and then pick them up as you go along. Don't try to cram them all in at once. You just won't remember them all. So now let's have a look at the conjugation, which is relatively simple for regular verbs. We take the il-el form of the present tense, remove the ent ending, and then add to the stem the subjunctive ending. So let's have a look at those subjunctive endings now. Je is I, tu, is, il, elle, on, I, nous, ions, vous, iez, and il, elle is ent. So you'll notice that these endings are very similar to the present tense of er verbs, with the exception of nous and vous. They're all exactly the same, and even with nous and vous we're only adding an I, so they shouldn't be too difficult to remember. The only difficulty is not mixing them up with other sets of endings, but with practice it gets very, very easy. So let's do some practice now, starting with jouer, to play. So let's take the il-el form of the present tense, that's joue, remove the ent, that gives us the stem joue, to which we'll add the endings. So we have je joue, tu joues, il-el on joue, nous jouions, vous jouiez, and il-el joue. And since jouer is a regular er verb and many of the endings are the same as your present tense er, a lot of these look the same as the present tense, like I said before, with the exception of only the nous and vous forms. Ir verbs won't look quite the same though. Let's have a look at finir, to finish. Its il-el form of the present tense is finis, remove the ent and you get the stem finis, so this won't look like the present tense at all. So we have je finis, tu finis, il-el on finis, nous finissions, vous finissiez, and il-elle finissent. And finally, let's have a look at attendre, which means to wait. The il-elle form of attendre in the present tense is attendre. Remove the ent, and there's your stem, to which we'll add the endings. J'attende, tu attendes, il-elle on attendent, nous attendions, vous attendiez, and ils-elles attendent. Okay, so now let's have a look at some real examples so we can see how they're used in real life sentences. It is important that you arrive today. So let's start with the easy bit. It is important that you, il est important que tu, of course we could use vous here, but we're just going to use tu in this example. To arrive is arriver, and today is aujourd'hui, but of course we can't leave arriver in its infinitive form. So first of all we start with the il-elle form of the present tense, that's arrive, remove the ent and then add the es ending for tu, and you get il est important que tu arrives aujourd'hui. Now it just so happens again that this is the same as the present tense indicative, but technically because we're using il est important que, this is the subjunctive. It is essential that we work hard. So again, let's start with the easy bit. It is essential that we, il est essentiel que nous. To work is travailler and hard is dur. Travailler in the il-elle form of the present tense is travail. Remove the ent, add the ending for nous, which is ions, and you get il est essentiel que nous travaillions dur. It's a little bit of a mouthful, but it's correct. You must finish your homework. So in this case we could just stick with devoir and say tu dois or vous devez, but as is often the case we can translate this using il faut que. Il faut que tu. To finish is finir, and your homework is tes devoirs. And as we just saw, the il-elle form of finir in the present tense is finis. Remove the ent and add the es ending and you get finis. Il faut que tu finisses tes devoirs. You must finish your homework. This is slightly stronger than saying tu dois, and that's why it's quite often employed in French as a stronger way of saying that somebody must do something. I don't think that he will come tomorrow. So again, the easy part, I don't think that he. Je ne crois pas qu'il. You could use penser here, they're both interchangeable. Now, here you might be tempted to use the future tense because we use the future in English, but there is no future subjunctive, and the subjunctive overrides tense. There is a past subjunctive for which I have a video, and there is also an imperfect subjunctive, but we don't use that in speaking. But if you have a future in English, but with a subjunctive phrase in French, the subjunctive says, no, we don't need the future here, we need the subjunctive more. So we'll just do what we'd normally do if it were present. So, to come is venir and tomorrow is demain. The il-elle form of venir in the present tense is vienne. Remove the ent and add the i ending for il and you get vienne. Je ne crois pas qu'il vienne demain. I don't think that he will come tomorrow. And of course, the fact that we have the word demain there, tomorrow, shows us that we're talking about the future anyway, so we don't need any future tense. So what I've put here is n'abusez pas du subjonctif. Don't overuse the subjunctive. When you learn the subjunctive, it can be very, very tempting to use it all the time and show off your new knowledge. But that can just make it sound like you're trying way too hard. This is particularly important for those of you who are writing essays and doing exams and things, because it just makes it sound like you're trying way too hard to impress. And if you use it over and over and over again, it stops being impressive. It's not so important for those of you who are just learning French to speak with people, because of course you just speak spontaneously and whatever happens, happens. But still, you don't want to try to use it too much, just let it come naturally. For example, in English we could say one must eat lots of vegetables. You could choose to say il faut qu'on mange beaucoup de légumes. That makes perfect sense, it's grammatically correct, and people may well say that. But let's say you're writing an essay and you've already used a lot of il faut que and a lot of subjunctive. You could just say il faut manger beaucoup de légumes. This is a general necessity. It doesn't mean any particular person must eat lots of vegetables, it's just something that everybody has to do. And so in French you can just use il faut and then an infinitive. Il faut manger beaucoup de légumes. You must eat lots of vegetables. In English we use you a lot just to refer to people in general. And if you're only saying something that's important for everyone in general, then you can just use il faut an infinitive. Similarly with something like, it is important to work hard so that we succeed. You could choose to say, il est important qu'on travaille dur pour qu'on réussisse. Or you could say, il est important que nous travaillions dur pour que nous réussissions. But again, it just sounds like you're trying way too hard. And again, unless you're talking about a very particular group of people, you don't need to be so specific. You can just say, it is important to work hard in order to succeed. Il est important de travailler dur pour réussir. So with these impersonal expressions, il est adjective. If you just want to use an infinitive after it, you need a de. So il est important de travailler, infinitive, dur, pour réussir. Pour que is only used if you want to specify so that somebody does something. If you're being very generic about it, you can just use pour and an infinitive. So there we have it, that is the subjunctive. Hopefully if you are having problems with this, it'll make sense now. If not, you can always ask me a question, of course. I will do my best to answer it. If you want to look at some other verb-related videos, I have a playlist where all of my verb videos live. And if you're not sure where to go to next, I would suggest going to the past subjunctive, because, well, why not use the subjunctive in the past as well? We're starting to get pretty advanced now, so you should be doing pretty well, and you should find the subjunctif passé quite simple. That's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, à bientôt.